Welcome back, everybody, to Sanity Lost. I almost said welcome back, cupcakers, but that sounds wrong.
I mean, it is
You missed
appropriate,
the
though. Yeah. I hope you didn't miss the last episode. Go back.
That is like ever since 2 episodes ago, especially. Like, I hope you didn't miss something. I will say, it is. I think I said this before, but I don't think I say it enough. Like at the beginning of the episode, like this is like one of the most consistently listened to shows on my YouTube page, and it's just like, hey, you weirdo. Thanks.
I love it.
I did a thumbs up way too low that wasn't shown on camera. It was like, there.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. It's like,
Thumbs up.
It's like the elevator thumbs
Yeah.
up. It just slowly comes up. It's just great.
yeah, it just like slow loads, and then it's like by the end of the episode, it's gonna be like here, just like, and we'll see you next episode. Hey, we're gonna see my pit stains.
No, can you guys
But,
tell it's late at night? At
Nope.
the end of a work day.
No, it's 9 o'clock in the morning when this episode is released.
My face doesn't work anymore.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem. You got to talk to your local physician.
My local physician. I just need to go find him somewhere. He's at the corner store. Just
Yeah.
a local one.
Just local.
I mean, as opposed to your.
He's
remote
got his little
position, I
doctor
don't.
handbag just running around the neighborhood.
Gotta go
Doctor here.
fetch
I'm doctor.
Doctor here,
Hey.
doctor there.
Oh no.
Doctor everywhere. You open up your pantry. I'm here. I'm the doctor. How'd you get in here?
I live here.
This is also something that makes a lot of my friends upset when I tell them I haven't seen a doctor since like 2016. So I turned out fine.
2016? That's
Yeah.
a long time. I mean, I can't
Wait, maybe it's 2017.
judge you too hard because it's been 3 years, but at least that's
All
still in
the,
the 2020s.
So I haven't gone since before 2020, I think.
No,
so
they
I had
said
to go-
3 years. She said 3 years on the phone.
Was it 3? Then maybe I mean,
Yeah.
we did the phone consult when I had COVID.
No,
so
no, no.
that-
We've definitely been to the doctor since then because that's when they told me that my heart rate was high.
I don't know that I'd been though.
Yeah, no, you were. You were there
Was
for
I?
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, they all made comments like, "Oh, it's been a while since you've been here, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't get sick. I don't know. What do you want me to tell you?
They want you to come for wellness visits.
I'm fine."
Yeah, they want our cash money. Anyway,
Yeah.
I found out. It wasn't 2016. It was 2017.
Okay. I mean, that's still a very long time.
It is that many years. 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3,
7.
8, 7. Yeah.
867-5309.
Oh gosh.
Oh, man. No, that's in my head.
You're welcome. I'm helping.
It's a combination of 8675309, and then it's just like through the windows.
Oh my
Little
god.
Tiny Tim with.
I can mix in
Oh,
some
man, that
Leonard
brings
Nimoy
back-
if you like.
That brings back
Ideological.
Phasmophobia when I would play Tiny Tim through my phone, through my mic, and oh man, it was a great time before music companies found out that Twitch existed. But anyway,
What are we doing?
we're chatting. Do you hate chatting?
I hate it so much.
Okay, well let's keep going on for
I don't want to
more.
speak to anyone.
Well,
Not even the guard.
You chose the wrong like hobby because that's all this is.
It's true. I did choose the wrong hobby.
Yeah. Like I would like to talk about the One Ring, but that's
The One Ring.
different.
Yeah.
It's the Lord of the Rings system.
Oh,
Lord of the Rings game that I constantly keep putting off to read.
yeah.
So with all of our listeners for this series, are we getting any comments on the episodes?
I think I had one telling me to shut up, but
Sounds like you two.
Very funny.
Very on brand.
no, that was on the Traveler one. It was just like, why does he keep rambling? I'm like, it's called setting the stupid stage. Hold on, I can check. Give me a second. I don't care what's new in Chrome. Oh, this is the wrong YouTube channel.
You're gonna go through every YouTube video to find the comments?
No,
Nah, you
I'm
can do
just
that
gonna.
easy.
Oh, okay.
There's not a lot of comments. There's a decent amount of people with their eyes on it, but
Hello, people with your eyes on us.
let's
That's
see.
creepy.
Hey, this one has 8 episodes. And by 8 episodes, I mean 8 listens. Hey, 8 listeners. Or viewers. I'm not going to click the analytics to find out how far you listened, but thanks.
Because
Talk
that'll
with
make
your
us
fingers, too.
sad.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, make sure to hit the like button.
Let's see. The first episode of this
This chapter?
the first episode of that, there's somebody that says cool. And then another guy that Bill UCF 96. I wonder when he was born. Said, could bad therapy make you lose more sanity? And
Oh, yeah. Because we started off.
yes, and then I had to explain.
The answer
that.
is
Let's
yes.
see. I just clicked that one. Let's see. I saw another one, which was episode 3 of chapter 5, where someone said hello.
Well, hello there.
That was my response.
Welcome.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I think it was Nomads of the Cosmos, which is this guy says wow, and then later it's just, will you stop the inane references, which I don't remember what it was because that stuff was recorded so long ago, and then wrote JFC, which I just assume is another wrestling company.
Probably.
I don't know that inane references will ever leave our conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should bring up more
Needless to say-
references.
Yeah, let's talk about the WWE.
No,
Those greased up muscles.
I refuse. I will go to bed.
You don't need all that much motivation to go to bed.
I don't actually. Which is why if you start talking about wrestling, I will go to bed.
Yeah, because for people who don't know, there's a lot of times where I'll say things in this show, and because of the late hours that it gets close to Elizabeth's bedtime, where we'll find out the next week, she's like, I had nightmares because of you. And I was like, cool.
We literally
welcome.
like hit stop and then I literally go to bed. Like John knows, I just go right upstairs and I get into bed. That is how this goes.
You
Very
do that. John loads Death Stranding, and
Sometimes. Sometimes I'm tired as well. I'm like, maybe I'll just watch TV. But yes.
Nite eats chocolate and
Sometimes.
then thinks about going to bed. And I don't know what I do. I think I watch YouTube.
Sometimes
And then
if the episode hasn't given me enough nightmares, I'll also load up League of Legends so I can have nightmares from that.
Nice.
Like, a lot of people like make for the longest time I didn't have like dreams and all that stuff, but when I did, it was nightmares, and then I found out how to trigger nightmares, like the way I sleep, and now it's the only way I sleep because it's like, yay, nightly entertainment.
Oh, jeez.
But it's like, I don't know, it's not like horror movie nightmares where it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get murdered by 1,000 bees with swords. It's like the impending sense of dread and doom, and it's just like I'll be just sitting there like in the dark, and then it's just like, well, this is uncomfortable, and I'll wake up and I'm like, well, something's in here and it's not me.
Oh my gosh.
And then it's like, nope, that's my coat.
You ever have one of those super highly active action sort of dreams where you're like running across like some field chasing something and things
When I was
like that?
younger, there was I remember
You wake up just exhausted from all the
specifically.
running and stuff.
There's 2 I remember specifically where it was, once again, a nightmare. I had a dream that this like swarm of bugs was chasing me, and everyone else was like in slow-mo, and it was like running through mud. And then like I tripped and it like created a dome around me, and it was just like turned to static white noise, and I'm just like, no. And I woke up, like it's weird. It was very cinematic, like in my head, because like I woke up and like I fell off my bed, and like I was cocooned in all my blankets where I had to like pull myself out. And the last thing I remember is like walking out, because like I don't remember anything else that happened, but I just remember looking back and seeing like the cocoon of blankets where I like pushed myself out of, and I like don't remember anything else from that day.
Nice.
It's like, but I remember that dream, and I remember the outcome as like the sun was coming through. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what happened there. And then there was the second one where I woke up kicking my legs because we just got fish, and I had this dream where my brother's fish ate like our fish, like everyone else's fish. And I was like, there was writing on the fish, and I was like reading the writing. I was like the only one in the house. And then like the fish explodes and like looks like a Disney witch, and is just like standing there. He's just like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know, man. and so like everyone's gone. Like I'm still in the dream. I go into my parents' bathroom to go to the bathroom, which at that point, like we were not allowed to, for some reason, my parents did not want me in their bathroom, probably because we're all boys and we might miss. Who knows? But anyway, I'm sitting there on the toilet, and then all of a sudden it's just like the shower turns on full blast, and I'm like, no, like just kicking my legs, but I'm sitting on the toilet, can't move. And then I wake up and my legs are just like just like
God.
kicking, and like I like look up and I'm like I get up, I look under the blanket, I'm like, it's just me. Yeah, those are my two nightmares. I remember like actively moving. Now it's more like, okay, I invite it. Does that mean I get to not come into work tomorrow? So, yep. That being said, there's probably some deep Freudian truths or weird things like to all my dreams.
I will not
So.
analyze them.
You already are.
Ugh.
Anyway, I got distracted because I saw something in my background.
Music.
Music's there.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear you.
Well, that's because I haven't hit play.
Oh. Well, then it's not there.
I was
Well, it's
wait-
queued up. I just haven't hit play.
I was waiting for. I turned the volume down.
No, the volume's still. I could turn it up more if you guys want more.
No, it was perfectly fine where it was last time.
Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about in the banter, but then we got stuck on this. I saw a movie.
Oh my
It
gosh.
may or may not. Like, I'll just mention the movie, and then it may or like I'm not saying it did or did not inspire what could possibly happen the next couple hour. But I saw
Next
Midsummer.
couple hour.
Oh, nice.
Are you
That's a fun
kidding
movie.
me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
You're saying that that's going to influence what's coming?
No, I said it may or may not. Look, that movie's all about
Which
just
usually means
being
May.
happy.
It is not.
It's about happy summer celebrations.
Yeah, you get flower dresses and high.
And violent, bloody death.
Bear
And
suits.
babies. Yep. It was a good movie though. Not as good as The Lobster. That is a true romantic comedy. But anyway, no, we can talk about Midsummer maybe next episode if we remember. But any poops. Actually, I get to talk about it Wednesday with Hop. So,
Oh my gosh, I think you become more talkative as we go, and I'm like losing words.
Yeah, no, like I wake up more the later it get. I know my
He's
internal clock is
sucking
nocturnal.
my life source out of me. You are taking it off.
I'm a lich.
Dave's an energy vampire.
Yeah, he's an energy vampire.
What's his name from?
Yeah,
What's his name?
Colin.
What we do in the shallows.
Colin. Yeah.
Colin, you are Colin.
Hey, that means if you kill me, I come back as a weird baby.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh boy.
that's a big spoiler. Any poops.
I have a password to tell you.
Yeah, well, too bad we're not looking at you.
Oh,
Yeah. So, Nite. David is standing there, and pretty much you see the Itisdpayne laid out in rocks. And then, like, if you're looking at it a little bit longer, you see that kind of where the iris is like rocks that were dyed. They weren't painted, but they have like a slight green hue to them.
Is there anyone around me right now? Anyone
Currently,
that might
no.
be that could even potentially see where I'm at currently?
Currently, everyone, it seems like you see more and more people kind of funneling in. But no one's like really made their way down to the seating area. It seems like they're kind of just gathering around like the where the bonfire and stuff is. But yeah, so what are you doing? Are you just kind of checking?
I have one question about the size of the artifact. Do we know how big the artifact that we're supposed to be verifying its presence is?
There have been reports, like no one really has a clear idea of what it looks like, but some of the reports that you have read is that it can be carried, and it's normally that it can be carried by like a person. So what it looks like or any like kind of specific information, nobody knows, like currently.
So what I would like to do is, with the way that this Itisdpayne symbol is in the rocks, is there any part of it that is at least partially obscured by the pulpit thing that I could potentially disrupt the symbol so that it's no longer a complete symbol and not be visible to somebody just looking at it, what's visible?
Give me a luck roll.
That is a 1 under 51.
nice.
Yeah, there's it looks like the podium's in the center of like the eye. But as you're kind of looking around and stuff, you can see that stuff may be closer to the ledge. Because it does get closer to the lookout point, that it seems that you believe that there's some things that you may be able to just shuffle or move to, if your goal is to break it up with in the in a stealthy or not I was trying to say clandestine.
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 Clandestine?
Clan. Clan.
Oh god.
So
Yeah. Hey, we have people from the south, so we want to talk about a clan. Anyway, yeah. So,
Oh my god.
So I would like
Listen.
to disrupt the symbol as I want to disrupt it so it's no longer a complete symbol, but not be like obvious that it was tampered with without actually looking in detail at it.
yeah. I'll roll that into your luck roll.
Okay.
So,
So the idea basically
So-
being that if the symbol is required for something, then hopefully it will be disrupted enough where it's no longer fully functional as was intended. And then after I do that, I want to kind of work my way back towards the tents so I can hopefully catch sight of the rest of the party making their way in.
alright. So like as soon as you move like one of the rocks, you just hear like no, like screaming up from the tents, and it's like as you like it doesn't seem like anyone's looking down at you, and it's just like you see like you finish your task and get up there, pretty much as you were saying, and like you pretty much see like this kind of young man is just like being pulled by these kind of like no emotion burly men, and they're just like pulling him away. He's like, no, I know you took her, where is she? And like they're leading him like towards the tents, just like, and then starts like just yelling out like hold on, I have to look up the name. So yeah, so you just hear like pretty much him just yelling, Julia, I know you're here. I gotta like not be super loud because it is 10. So just he's just screaming. It's just like, it's like, I come for you, and it's just like all of a sudden like he kind of like gets dragged into the tents, and it's like muffled, and everyone's just, but you see everybody else, and it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, and yeah, that's what you see as we shift to what is the password.
Deli just says Virdris Serpent.
Okay. And then we also like, it's like maybe like the camera's like a split screen, like where we see August, like same question, like what is the password?
And August looks at him with a straight face and says, "Open sesame." No, I'm just kidding. It's Virdris Serpent.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's close. I love a good Joker. And so that, but like at the same time, like they both are like, what do you desire?
Deli pauses for a second, and then she looks at him. Well, I don't know. Can we see anything? No, it's pitch black.
No, it's all
so
in the
she like
dark.
looks in the direction of the voice, and she's like, true knowledge.
August?
What is the name of the leader of the cults again?
Matthias.
Matthias Chilburn.
August thinks for a moment and is like, for all people to come under the teaching of Matthias.
And so we hear, like we see a tent flap open and say, come on in. And the tent flap opens for Deli. And the tent flap is like still closed for August, and he's like, you hear the voice, I understand you enjoy the jokes, but really, what do you desire? One more chance.
August like ponders a moment.
We'll let you think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know his
We
motivations
shift
that
and
well.
yeah, and David, you see one of the twins exit. Shortly, it's maybe like 30 seconds to a minute after. and
After the guy.
after the outburst.
Yeah. Okay.
And in Delhi, what you see is pretty much as we said last time. You see the tents off in the far distance, a large bonfire with kind of just grills and everything set up, and you also see kind of this like open area for just like that is overlooking the town, for like seating, and like you see the podium there. But you also see, mainly because you know to look for it, you can see the weird shimmer of light.
So Deli like takes she walks out of the tent and like kind of like sun blindness a little bit because it's like so dark. So like takes it all in. Where is everyone like does she notice like where everyone's kind of like filtering to? Does it
Yeah, it looks like for the most part they're kind of congregating in the center, kind of near the unlit bonfire.
Okay. And where is David in relation to that?
I'm assuming he's kind of on the cusp of where it dips down to like the more amphitheater area.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be
so
like
he's-
on the outer edge, away from any groups of people, so I can observe without being any potential observation being too easy.
So I think Deli's gonna like I mean, she looks back to try and find August. And so she's gonna like slowly like walk towards the group of people, but like slow because she's waiting for her brother, and then also like to stay on the outside. So she's not gonna go into the center, kind of giving David the option to like approach her. So like headed towards where the crowd is, but also like staying on the outside of it.
And we go back in to August. What do you desire?
So August thinks for a moment, and then he looks up and he says, "To bring people to the truth."
Excellent. As the tent flap opens, as like, remember, not everyone is as jovial as I am, but it's good. As you are able to walk in.
All right. August just kind of quietly nods and then walks through the flap.
Yeah, but then as you walk through the flap, now that everyone's here, we can play this song. As maybe now that David and Deli see August come through, and it's like, okay, well, we're all three of us together. That I don't know, maybe the nerves of just trying to get in here, the infiltrate, seem to be washing away, and it's just like there seems to be a sense of calm that you're like maybe the tension that you guys were having before, because I don't think anybody here has really done any like infiltration or undercover work. Feel free to correct me. Like, I think the only one who may have touched it would have been David.
Potentially a little bit, but probably not anything like super. Certainly not anything
Not
that he would consider particularly dangerous type of infiltration. But he'd probably go like undercover at various places to get information, but not like
Not to the extent of
not
what
to
you're doing
be
right now.
not into hostile territory where he knows his life is on the line by being there. Places
So,
where
yeah, but
places where the most if he's caught it, they're just going to throw him out, not eliminate.
yeah, so like you guys are looking around, and like you can tell, like August and Deli, you guys knew that you were like the last of the group to come through, and so you know that for the most part people are about to come through, and we're gonna end. But it's like as you see, everyone is Like they kind of have smiles on their faces. They seem to be in a good mood. I realize I said I watched Midsummer. It is not the Midsummer thing, okay? Like I made a mistake by saying that because I'm like I realized like what this whole idea was written before I saw Midsummer, and I'm realizing like
This is the happy part of Midsummer.
the whole thing's happy. What are you talking
This
about?
is the first like 15 minutes when they first arrive.
It's the whole 2.5 hours. The first 15 minutes is when her family dies.
Okay, well, whatever that first, when they're like running through the field of flowers.
You know what the first 15 minutes is?
No,
the
I
first
don't.
15 minutes is her boyfriend's terrible friend saying like, "Dude, she's a bummer. Dump her. Get rid of her. She's coming on the vacation."
Really rough. Yeah.
It's like that was the first 15 minutes of everyone like, "What do you mean she's coming?" And then they go get drugs. But yeah. But no, it is not that, even though I said that. There seems to be kind of like that moment, like if you guys have ever been to a like summer camp when it's just like they have like the bonfire session and it's just like everyone's like into their feels at that moment because it's like you've finally been cut off of technology and family for like enough days where you're like, I'm friends with everybody and the woods, and I'm pretty sure I have poison ivy. Maybe that's just me, especially the last one. But yeah, there just seems to be like tension kind of just releasing as you guys were trying to like find the password, and David, even at this point, you as well, like kind of it's still in the back of your mind, but like the threat that brother Billy gave you seems to like not be as like strict, and so at this point I need to open my notes again. I also got to keep moving before Elizabeth falls asleep to this calming music.
I know, this is like very meditative.
Yeah, so pretty much this woman comes out of the tents and she's like, all right, friends, we're going to meet down in the meadow. As she like kind of points to where everything is, like, everyone just get your seats and we'll begin in the next 5 minutes or so. And yeah, so pretty much like you guys like all, well, where are you guys gonna sit? You guys gonna sit in the middle, near the front, near the back? You gonna take like near an end seat where David can be near you? What are you doing?
Well, okay, so I guess what's like, I'm curious about this like calm sense. Like, is this overriding our like what I would imagine would like naturally be like our heightened alertness, or like, you know, some of that anxiety is necessary if we're going to be like making
Give me a natural world roll.
Okay, I was going to say, because like if this is like something that's like overwhelming, then
and it's not overwhelming, it's just like different. But if anyone wants, like, this isn't gonna just be like only for Deli because she's voicing the question. If anybody else is,
David's definitely wondering the same sort of thing, and
yeah,
that's a 28 under 30 for David.
Okay.
So I failed. I'm not gonna use luck, it's too much, but 27 over 10. It was a good roll too.
7 under 50.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, now I rolled a good one.
You've been rolling pretty good recently. I don't know.
Other than the 100.
Last game?
The 100.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. And so, yeah. So like David, you realize that, like, yeah, it felt like it wasn't when you walked in with Jillian and Percy that that sense was here, but it felt like as more and more people entered, like you didn't realize it, but like you felt it like a building, like this kind of low energy, like a murmur, kind of like not like a low like note that's playing, but it's just like this. You realize like it was like a gradual kind of thing that built up, and then now that you're paying attention to it, you're like, oh, hold up, there's something in the air. Like the air even smells like slightly sweeter, like it's got like a tinge of vanilla in it. It's not drugs. As much as I make jokes, like, like I would assume with your background in investigation stuff, you would be familiar with the smell of drugs. It actually, you know what it smells like? Incense. Like there's like
I mean, that would track with the
kinda
vanilla type of smell too.
yeah. So yeah, so there's like, it's not strong and it's not like overpowering, but it's like kind of like an ambient track, kind of like what we're listening to now, to the senses, that is just making everything pleasant. And then we have August, who, extreme success? You said 7 over 50?
7 under 50? Yeah.
Yeah. So, you get the same feelings and everything like that. Like, even that dude that you called eyes with, like, he kind of comes up and is like, hey, man, I'm sorry, I'm just... things bound up, like... Can't get all messed up before worship, right?
August just like, oh, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I won't pick on you or your girl anymore. And, like, before you guys can respond, like, him and his buddy and start heading down and getting a seat. But then you, with that extreme success, begin thinking about the natural world, like, what this is supposed to be, and you realize this isn't natural. You realize that there's supposed to be, like, maybe you were studying maps or something on your way up, and you realize that this is just supposed to be a path that leads up to, like, a little lookout, not like a huge clearing with a giant bonfire. And you can see that it's cleverly hidden, but like maybe like as you're walking up to possibly get a seat, it looks like the leaves and the branches of the trees that are on the outside are like kind of creating this barrier, seem to like brush up against something. But it's like there's no like ripples or anything. It's just like
they're just kind of it's pushed, or like,
yeah, like it's like it looks like the wind is like kind of like, and it's just like kind of hitting something that like is between you and the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And this, you're able to like kind of assume it's like either some sort of dome or whatever, but the same like incense smell and all that stuff seems to be a byproduct of whatever is set up here. And the last thing with that extreme success is that when you were outside before you crossed through, you could hear nature. You could hear the sounds like of maybe birds and the wind. But as soon as you came in here, like the sound of nature doesn't seem to cross over.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so do that as you wish, which I just realized I gave Captain Paranoid the most, like, it fits, but it's just like, what a dump. So.
And Deli's just in.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're just all vibes.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, you're in Woodstock, you're just reliving the dream.
So in this case, then, to your initial question of how we got here, of like where we would be sitting, I think Deli is just kind of like following the crowd and would, unless someone stops her, would probably be like heading towards like the front or the middle, or, you know, like she's not really paying attention.
So August is going to go and like kind of intercept her and like guide her more towards the back of the group, and like he kind of has like a hand like kind of holding her arm, and he's like, "Do you hear that?"
I don't hear anything. It's so peaceful.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
What don't you hear?
Can she tell when she's paying attention?
Yeah, he's guiding to it. Like, if,
Yeah, okay.
If you're gonna just sit there, and maybe it takes a little bit longer than August, but
Yeah. So she sits there for a second, or like wherever we are, and just like really focuses, and like kind of like, you know, snapping back to reality. It like hits her, and she's like, "There's no birds."
There's no nature sound. We were surrounded by it until we walked through that tent. There's no sound.
And I think she starts to like feel like anxious again, like that nervousness that had been there for the infiltration starts to come back as she realizes. I think she starts to feel a little trapped.
but it doesn't hold. Like it's like a flare up, and then you're just like, oh.
David's going to help with this sense of trapped as they're kind of close enough to the end where he can whisper without being noticed or overheard. Be ready. This could be interesting. And not really able to give anything more than that because of just proximity to everything.
Pa, the air's talking again. Yeah, the air's talking for all of us right now there, buddy.
But wanting to give at least a little bit of warning that there's potential for, because he wasn't really expecting to be going right to this area right away. He was hoping to have more time to fill the other party members in on what happened or what he did. So yeah, this could be interesting. And yeah, I'm.
So you guys are all sitting in the back,
Yeah.
like kind of near like an open spot, so that way David can be near.
Yep.
And so, yeah, so you're sitting there, and then it's like, yeah, like let me rephrase what I was saying earlier. It's like, Elizabeth, Deli is still having maybe that feeling of being trapped and all that, but it's not as strong. Like it's more like just a low kind of, like it's a concern, but not like terror inducing or stressful inducing. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we were sitting there, and the woman who came out just like, okay, everybody, we're for everyone as earlier, we did have our worship, and we sang our songs, but today we're honored to have Matthias Drillburn with us, and he's gonna be coming out in the next few minutes. But here, let me, and she kind of starts proceeding to like hold like a prayer like for everybody, and it sounds kind of like your like kind of Catholic prayer and stuff, and like very up front and everything, but then like every once in a while, like she'll say a line where it's just like, and let the eyes gleam, watch over, and guide us in these dark times, and let us see the truth. And there's just like kind of weird things where it's just you guys with your maybe occult and understanding of eyes of Ophidian are like, oh, it up a second. It pings in your mind like some of the terminology she uses, that it's just like, okay, yeah, we're in cult town. but like slowly, like the tent flaps rustle open, and you see this procession of these guys in. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 7 people walking out in these kind of emerald robes that are covering their head. It's got a hood on it, and on their like sleeve you can see this kind of snake embroidery kind of coiling down the one on the left sleeve, as they kind of make their way over. And it's like you can see one that is big, like a big dude, and it's just like next to this kind of one that's a little bit hunched over, frailer. You see another one that definitely seems shorter, and the gown, like the hooded robe, is definitely bigger on this person. You see someone that's about average height, and then it's like everyone else is kind of just more, and that the one person is like kind of following closely behind the shorter person. Then there's like there's 4 people, so 3 people that are just kind of nothing really distinct stands out. And when they get there, like the one that's a little bit hunched over gets behind the podium, and they hold up their hand as the prayer says, and like they kind of just go like put their arm down as everybody like sits down, and the 3 kind of nondescript people kind of just stand in the back behind the procedure, just behind everybody. And then actually I forgot to mention, they're like holding kind of like rods with kind of like sensors on them, with like you can see maybe where some of the incense could be coming from, as like a little bit of smoke is pouring out, but like kind of just slowly following behind them, and pretty much the big one kind of takes their hood off, and you see that it's Brother Billy, and he just kind of he's not looking at the crowd, he's kind of looking over at the one that's hunched over. Deli, maybe you catch this as the shorter one takes off their hood, and it's Jillian, and like she looks at you and she's just like and like kind of gives this wide smile and like begins to wave and everything, before the person next to him's just like cut it out, like tells her to stop, and she's like okay, like rolls her eyes like whatever, and the one who's hunched over places like this, they were carrying, like you now notice as they get closer and everything, that they were carrying this like ancient tome, and they put it up on to the pedestal, and they take off their hood, and you see for the first time Matthias Chilburn, who is definitely older at this point. He's definitely aged, has some wrinkles. Did I write down what his age would be at this point?
Old.
I hope I did. He's in his 60s. But as you look at him, he kind of, over his left eye, he has this like this scar that is like, it's not like a slash or anything, but it looks like this like kind of burst, I'm trying to think. It kind of looks like a little bit of like a star or something like that, where a burn or something happened over his left eye. But he's just like, well, hello there. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Glad that we all could be here. And as he speaks, his eyes like glimmer green. As he's like, everybody let's all just relax. I'm glad to be here. And he turns to everybody, and he's just like, wow, where am I, man? Let's get my compatriots and my partners some seats here. And like the woman earlier like brings some seats up for them, and they all kind of sit down. And he's like, well, today's gonna be a great day, you know. We're all gonna gather around, and we're all gonna enjoy our festivities, and we're here to make a difference. Because together we're gonna touch and change the world. Now, some of you might know I have a little bit of a history with good old Pennsylvania. Specifically, a little town named Centralia, but we're not here to dwell on the past, and we're not here to dwell on what could have been. But we're here is to look to the future, for Pennsylvania is a calling. It is the centerpiece for what we need to do. Now, we're gonna see some strange things this weekend. We're gonna see some amazing things. But we gotta remember that Ophidian has gifted us with so much, and we're here to be that change. And for the first time, maybe like this wind begins to pick up as the person who's sitting next to Jillian's hood flies off, and you see Percy there. And then all of a sudden you hear this outburst. The music's gonna have to change. We're gonna go back to the creepy music because the outburst is not thing. You're just like, you hear, Percy? Percy, what are you doing here? And you look over, and the old woman is standing up and just pointing at them. It's like, don't you remember us? And everyone's kind of looking, and the old man, which David recognizes immediately as his dad. And this is also the first time David is ever seen the woman, who is Cora. And we're gonna end this episode as Caleb pulls out his gun and is like, well, I'm gonna finish what I should have done years ago. And we'll see you next week.
Wow.
What?
You finally got one that really got me. Like, don't get me wrong, all the cliffhangers are good, but oh man. Like, David has seen Cora before, but it's probably been a while, but...
Yes, but this is the first time I was keeping track, and I'm like, if he rolls anything, he's going to if he sees her, he's gonna recognize her. But every time you were, like, you either failed the roll or you were not there.
Oh my gosh!
Well then.
Well, Dave, have fun playing all of our characters at the same time. I will reprise the role of Cora in this space. I'll do it. So excited.
That makes what I had in mind for David to have more impact too.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, this probably affects David a whole bunch more than the players.
Yeah.
Like, is this why Dad hasn't been answering my calls?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I already had something in mind that was going to be risky enough for David to do, but now it's going to have a different feel to it.
Whoa, buddy.
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay.
Buddy.
And you know what's even funny is that if you didn't sneak in with them, you would have seen your dad.
Yeah.
You would have seen your dad before he entered.
Yeah.
That's
It
true.
was just like the perfect things where I'm just like, wow, this is going to be real fun when this gets revealed.
That is true, but I don't know if I would have gotten in quite as easily if I hadn't gone what I did.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And gotten the assist from Jillian.
For sure.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey, can you believe that there's like 4 more chapters after this one?
Only 4?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
10 chapters.
Man, we're over halfway, guys.
You've been over halfway.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't think about it.
at least you guys don't have to wait 2 weeks to find out what's gonna happen.
That's true. That's true. I might not be able to wait that long.
Yeah, it's John's characters in here. I can wait 3 weeks. Oh, and my character. Hold up.
I mean, I didn't want to.
Anyway, thank you everyone for
Well,
listening. If you
on
guys
that
don't know who these
bombshell.
characters are,
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
yep, toodles.